new sign, and bade the message on. Then the strong light, far flown and yet undimmed, shot through the sky above Aesopus' plain, bright as the moon, and on Cytheron's crag aroused another watch of flying fire. And there the sentinels no whit disowned, but sent redoubled on the hest of flame. Swift shot the light above Gorgopus' bay to Aegiplanctus' mount, and bade the peak fail not the onward ordnance of fire. And like a long beard streaming in the wind, full fed with fuel, roared and rose the blaze, and onward flaring gleamed above the cape beneath which shimmers the Saronic bay. And thence leapt the light unto Arachne's peak, the mountain watch that looks upon our town. Thence to the Atrides' roof, in lineage fair, a bright posterity of Ida's fire. So sped from stage to stage, fulfilled in turn, flame after flame, along the course ordained, and lo, the last to speed upon its way sights the end first, and glows unto the goal, and Troy is ta'en, and by this sign my lord tells me the tale, and ye have learned my word.
To heaven, O Queen, will I upraise new song, but wouldst thou speak once more, I fain would hear from first to last the marvel of the tale.
Think you, this very morn the Greeks in Troy, and loud therein the voice of utter wail, within one cup pour vinegar and oil, and look, unblent, unreconciled, they war. So in the twofold issue of the strife mingle the victor's shout, the captive's moan. For all the conquered whom the sword has spared cling weeping, some unto a brother slain, some childlike to a nursing father's form, and wail the loved and lost, the while their neck bows down already neath the captive's chain. And lo, the victors, now the fight is done, goaded by restless hunger, far and wide range all disordered through the town, to snatch such victual and such rest as chance may give within the captive halls that once were Troy. Joyful to rid them of the frost and dew wherein they couched upon the plain of old, joyful to sleep the gracious night all through, unsummoned of the watching sentinel. Yet let them reverence well the city's gods, the lords of Troy though fallen, and her shrines, so shall the spoilers not in turn be spoiled. Yea, let no craving for the forbidden gain bid conquerors yield before the darts of greed. For we need yet, before the race be won, homewards, unharmed, to round the course once more. For should the host wax wanton ere it come, then, though the sudden blow of fate be spared, yet in the sight of gods shall rise once more the great wrong of the slain to claim revenge. Now, hearing from this woman's mouth of mine the tale and eke its warning, pray with me. Luck sway the scale with no uncertain poise, for my fair hopes are changed to fairer joys.
A gracious word thy woman's lips have told, worthy a wise man's utterance. O my Queen, now with clear trust in thy convincing tale, I set me to salute the gods with song, who bring us bliss to counterpoise our pain.
Clytemnestra exits.
Zeus, Lord of heaven, and welcome night of victory, that hast our might with all the glories crowned, on towers of Ilion, free no more, hast flung the mighty measure war, and closely girt them round, till neither warrior may scape, nor stripling lightly overleap the trammels as they close, and close, till with the grip of doom our foes in slavery's coil are bound. Zeus, Lord of hospitality, in grateful awe I bend to thee. 'Tis thou hast struck the blow. At Alexander long ago we marked thee bend thy vengeful bow. But long and warily withhold the eager shaft which, uncontrolled, unloosed too soon or launched too high, hath wandered bloodless through the sky. Zeus, the high god, whate'er be dim in doubt, this can our thought track out: the blow that fells the sinner is of God, and as he wills, the rod of vengeance smiteth sore. One said of old, the gods list not to hold a reckoning with him whose feet oppress the grace of holiness. An impious word, for whensoe'er the sire breathed forth rebellious fire, what time his household overflowed the measure of bliss and health and treasure, his children's children read the reckoning plain. At last, in tears and pain, on me let weal that brings no woe descend, and therewithal content. Who spurns the shrine of right, nor wealth nor power shall be to him a tower, to guard him from the gulf. there lies his lot, where all things are forgot. Lust drives him on, lust, desperate and wild, fate's sin-contriving child, and cure is none beyond concealment clear, kindles sin's baleful glare, as an ill coin beneath the wearing touch, betrays by stain and smutch its metal false, such is the sinful wight, before on pinions light fair pleasure flits, and lures him childlike on, while home and kin make moan beneath the grinding burden of his crime, till in the end of time, cast down of heaven, he pours forth fruitless prayer to powers that will not hear. And such did Paris come unto Atrides' home, and thence, with sin and shame his welcome to repay, ravished the wife away. And she unto her country and her kin, leaving the clash of shields and spears and arming ships, and bearing unto Troy destruction for a dower, and overbold in sin, went fleetly through the gates at midnight hour. Oft from the prophet's lips moaned out the warning and the wail, ah woe! Woe for the home, and for the chieftains woe! Woe for the bride bed warm, yet from the lovely limbs the impress of the form of her who loved her lord a while ago. And woe for him who stands, shamed, silent, unreproachful, stretching hands that find her not, and sees, yet will not see, that she is far away, and his sad fancy, yearning o'er the sea, shall summon and recall her wraith once more to queen it in his hall, and sad with many memories the fair cold beauty of each sculptured face, and all to hatefulness is turned their grace, seen blankly by forlorn and hungering eyes. And when the night is deep, come visions, sweet and sad and bearing pain, of hopings vain, void, void and vain, for scarce the sleeping sight hath seen its old delight, when through the grasps of love that bid it stay, it vanishes away, on silent wings that roam adown the ways of sleep. Such are the sights, the sorrows fell about our hearth, and worth whereof I may not tell. But all the wide town o'er, each home that sent its master far away from Hellas' shore, feels the keen thrill of heart, the pang of loss to-day. For truth to say, the touch of bitter death is manifold. Familiar was each face, and dear as life, that went unto the war. But thither, whence a warrior went of old, doth naught return, only a spear and sword and ashes in an urn. For Ares, lord of strife, who doth the swaying scales of battle hold, war's money changer, giving dust for gold, sends back to hearts that held them dear scant ash of warriors, wet with many a tear, light to the hand, but heavy to the soul. Yea, fills the light urn full with what survived the flame, death's dusty measure of a hero's frame. Alas, one cries, and yet alas again, our chief is gone, the hero of the spear, and hath not left his peer. Ah, woe! Another moans, my spouse is slain, the death of honour rolled in dust and blood, slain for a woman's sin, a false wife's shame. Such muttered words of bitter mood rise against those who went forth to reclaim. Yea, jealous wrath creeps on against Atrides' name. And others far beneath the Ilian wall sleep their last sleep, the goodly chiefs and tall, couched in the foeman's land, whereon they gave their breath, and lords of Troy, each in his Trojan grave. Therefore, for each and all the city's breast is heavy with a wrath suppressed, as deep and deadly as a curse more loud, flung by the common crowd. And brooding deeply doth my soul await tidings of coming fate, buried